Tehelka had released CDs showing Lexman accepting the money for awarding a contract to the fictitious British-based company Messrs. West End International for the supply of the imagers to the Indian Army. I am of the opinion that the method adopted by the Tehelka people may be objectionable, but their purpose was not, the court said. The material collected on record does not suggest any shortfall in the investigation. It said and observed that the idea to commit wrong came to the accused immediately after meeting the representative of the supposed firm. The court also took note of the statement made by witnesses in the case, including the man who offered the bribe to Lexman, and ruled that it has been able to establish that the accused has accepted bribe from a fake arms dealer. A Delhi court on May 2011 framed corruption charges against Lexman. The CBI in its charge sheet said that Lexman accepted rupees 1 lakh from the representatives of the purported firm in 2001 at his office for pursuing the proposal to supply certain products to the army. Tehelka portal scribes impersonating as representative of West End International had held 8 meetings with Lexman between December 23, 2000 and January 7, 2001, projecting themselves as suppliers of defense-related products, said the charge sheet. However, Lexman had said that the investigations of the case were politically motivated and were not conducted in fair manner. Soyuz capsule lands in Kazakhstan. A Soyuz space capsule carrying 2 Russian cosmonauts and American astronaut had landed safely in Kazakhstan less than 4 hours after unlocking from International Space Station ISS. Anton Shakhplarov, Anatoly Ivachnin and Daniel Burbank returned to Earth after a 163-day mission in the ISS. Since NASA's shuttle fleet retired, Russia's Soyuz spacecraft are the only method of getting crew to and from the space station, but the first privately funded cargo shipment, SpaceX, will launch on 30th of April. Syria crisis, Damascus suicide bombing kills 10. An explosion in the center of the Syrian capital Damascus has killed at least 10 people and wounded 20 others, state media say. The report said terrorist suicide bomber caused the blast near a mosque in the Midan area, but opposition activists blamed the Syrian government. TV showed graphic images of the scene. The incident came after UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon warned that the government was in contravention of a UN and Arab League-backed peace plan. Mr. Brand demanded that Damascus complied with a peace plan brokered by international peace envoy Kofi Annan without delay. Syrian state TV said civilians and security force members were among the casualties in the Midan explosion, which it said happened as worshippers were leaving Friday prayers at the nearby Zain al-Abidin Mosque. And over to events for the business news and other specialized news.
Samsung overtakes Nokia in mobile phone shipments. Samsung Electronics has overtaken Nokia to become the world's largest maker of mobile phones, according to research firm Strategy Analytics. Nokia took the top spots in 1998 from Motorola, but in the first quarter of 2012, Samsung shipment 93 million phones compared to almost 83 million by Nokia. Samsung also reported its highest quarterly profit since 2008. Net profit was 5.05 Tn won in the quarter ending 31st March, up 81% from 2.78 Tn won last year. Samsung is also the world's biggest TV and flat screen maker. We cautiously expect our earning momentum to continue going forward as competitive in our major business is enhanced, said Robert Ying, head of investor relations at Samsung. Welcome to the world of science. GPS brain cells scenes in pigeons. Magnetic fields light up GPS neutrons, scientist says. Researchers have spotted a group of 53 neutrons within pigeons' brains that responds to the direction and strength of the Earth's magnetic fields. The question of how birds navigate using, among other signals, magnetic fields is the subject of much debate. These new GPS neutrons seem to show how magnetic information is represented in birds' brains. However, the study reported by Science leaves open the question on how they actually sense the magnetic field. David Dickman of Bachelor College of Medicine in the United States set up an experiment in which pigeons were held in place while the magnetic fields around them was varied in its strength and directions. Professor Dickman and his colleague Lee Quinn, we believe that 53 neurons were candidates of sensors, so they measured the electrical signals from each other. One of the fields was changed. And in sports, IPL 2012. I am in prime form, says Sehwag. After he led Delhi Devils to a dominating win against Mumbai Indians with a blistering 73, Virender Sehwag on Friday said he is in prime form and it is his team strategy that either he or Mahel stays at the crease at least till the 15th over. I have scored about 150 runs in the last 3 games. So yes, I am in prime form. Sehwag, who was also man of the match, said on Friday. Sehwag is only the 3rd player in the history of IPL to score 3 consecutive half-centuries. Sachin Tendulkar and Jack Callis are the other 2. On Friday, Sehwag and Mahel notched up 135 runs for the first wicket in 13.1 overs to lay the foundation for a comprehensive win. We discussed in the team meeting that one of me and Mahel had to stay until the 15th over. Today, both of us did, and we had a very good partnership, Sehwag said.
And now, before we close today's bulletin of news analysis, let's have a recap of the main points. China dissident Chen Guangcheng escapes house arrest. KFC must pay $8.3 million to poison girl in Australia. President Pratibha Patil gives up post-retirement home in Pune. Soyuz capsule lands in Kazakhstan. Former BJP chief Bangaru Lakshman convicted for bribery, sentencing Saturday. Syria crisis, Damascus suicide bombing kills 10. And there we end today's bulletin of news analysis. Be with us in the coming weeks too. Thank you.